I don't want history to repeat itself. I do not want to be a single dad. And I certainly don't want my children to have a life without a mother or a father.
Prince William has appointed Jason North, a former royal aide who accused Meghan Markle of bullying. He's appointed this dude as the CEO of his green charity. This looks like an unequivocal message to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle from Prince William.
Oh, you're not ready for this bombshell. William just dropped the hammer, and it's not just a brotherly squabble anymore. It's the royal equivalent of flipping the chessboard and saying game over. 27 years of brotherhood? Shattered. Harry's royal future? Absolutely demolished. Behind those locked palace doors, in hushed conversations dripping with tension, senior royals are plotting to erase Harry and Meghan from royal history. Titles gone, privileges wiped out, every single link to the crown severed. This isn't family drama anymore. This is William pulling the nuclear option. And let me tell you, that option even puts Harry's children right on the chopping block. No going back, no redemption arc, no fairy tale reunion. This war just turned lethal. But if we're going to understand how it all spiraled to this brutal point, we need to rewind. Back to that dazzling May 19th, 2018, St. George's Chapel, the day millions across the globe thought they were watching a fairy tale unfold. Hollywood glam meeting centuries of royal tradition. But guess what? Right in that very moment, the royal disaster began. Meghan and Harry hand in hand swept right past Queen Elizabeth. No curtsy, no pause, not even a flicker of acknowledgement. And if you think that was an innocent oversight, oh no! These weddings are choreographed to the last breath. Every bow, every smile, every tiny gesture rehearsed to perfection. Meghan skipped it deliberately.
You know how to curtsy, right? And I just thought it was a joke.
Sure, the viewers at home were dazzled by the music, the dress, the pomp, but William, he caught it. His sharp, royal-trained eye zeroed in instantly. And insiders say he knew right then this wasn't some fluke. Think about it. From William's perspective, his grandmother, the Queen of England, was publicly snubbed on live television by his brother's new bride. And Harry? Oh, Harry just stood there, silent, complicit, letting it slide. No guidance, no subtle correction. To William, that moment screamed volumes. Harry had already chosen Meghan over the monarchy.
But how do you explain that to people? How do you explain that you bow to your grandmother?
Later, staff scrambled with excuses. Nerves, jitters, first-time bride syndrome. But William wasn't buying any of it. Meghan was a seasoned performer. She'd spent years on camera. She wasn't some awkward novice. She knew how to hit her marks. And let's not forget, this wasn't her first wedding. That missing curtsy wasn't nerves. It was a message. And William? He received it loud and clear. From that very second, he realized he wasn't dealing with someone who wanted to join the royal system. He was dealing with someone who wanted to bend it, break it, reshape it on her terms. The skipped curtsy was strike one. But William, ever the optimist back then, didn't toss Meghan to the wolves immediately. Maybe, just maybe, she'd adjust. Maybe she'd soften into the traditions. Oh, but was he wrong? So wrong. Because here's the juicy part most people don't know. Queen Elizabeth, yes, the monarch who weathered abdications, scandals, wars, and decades of royal chaos, never, not once, got to see Meghan's wedding dress before the big day. Not even a sketch.
Even Meghan's bridal gown was apparently the cause of some dispute. Remember, Meghan was a divorcee, and the Queen was apparently surprised that she was choosing to wear a white dress. According to the royal author Ingrid Seward, in her book Mother and I, Lady Elizabeth Anson, who was a cousin and close confidant of the Queen, claims the Queen said Meghan's wedding dress was too white. In the Queen's opinion, it wasn't appropriate for a divorcee getting remarried in a church to look quite so flamboyantly virginal.
And you may think, so what? But trust me, in royal terms, that's monumental. Every bride before Meghan shared that moment with the Queen. Kate Middleton? Months in advance. Princess Diana? The Queen was deeply involved. Even Sarah Ferguson sought her guidance. But Meghan, she kept a death grip on every detail, essentially telling the Queen, thanks, but no thanks. I've got this, William saw this too. It wasn't about a dress, it was about respect, about tradition, about understanding that you were stepping into something larger than yourself. And Meghan refused to play by those rules. From there, the little cracks started spreading like wildfire. Complaints from staff about Meghan's behavior, reports she'd made Kate cry over flower girl dresses, rumors of demands, of special treatment no other royal ever dared to request. And every time Meghan overstepped, guess who stood behind her? Unwavering. Harry. Always defending, always protecting her against his own family. Then came the big guns, the Oprah interview with bombshell accusations, the Netflix series exposing private family moments, and Harry's memoir, Spare, ripping open wounds and painting William as the villain.
By doing the Oprah Winfrey Show and pressing that racist button, which actually never existed.
A racist button.
Yeah, well,
that's fair phrasing, isn't it? I mean, he accused them of racism.
He accused the royal family of racism. I know the royal family. I've worked with them for 21 years. I know that the Queen's greatest achievement in her lifetime was her Commonwealth of countries.
William's patience snapped. He realized Meghan wasn't the sole issue anymore. Harry himself had become part of the machine tearing the family apart. Every explosive interview, every tell-all, every headline. It wasn't just Meghan pushing, it was Harry willingly choosing this path. And William, he finally stopped making excuses. In his eyes, Harry and Meghan weren't confused or overwhelmed. They had declared war. Now here's where it gets truly chilling. William isn't ranting, raging, or sulking. He's planning, strategizing, and when a future king shifts from emotional hurt to cold calculation, lives get reshaped in ways you can't undo. According to insiders, a secret meeting is on the horizon. Not a casual dinner, not a let's talk this out. Number, a formal council. King Charles, Queen Camilla, William, Catherine, 4 people. No aides, no recordings, the true decision makers of the crown. And smack in the middle of that agenda, Harry. William's demand is crystal clear. Strip Harry and Meghan of their titles. No half measures. Duke and Duchess of Sussex, gone. HRH status. Erased. Official ties to the monarchy, cut forever.
You're real royalty, right? You're real royalty, and you have to bow down to this like ex-duchess who traipses around a kitchen doing flower arrangements on Netflix. That's like bowing down to one of the Kardashians. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to bow down to Meghan Markle as her royal highness. Y'all left the royal family. For Prince Harry to come in with all of these demands, it shows you that they're both delusional.
But brace yourself, because the fallout doesn't stop with Harry and Meghan. William reportedly wants this scorched earth policy to extend to their children, Archie and Lilibet. Under current rules, those kids would inherit HRH titles when William becomes king. William's position over his dead body. Now Catherine, the one person who always manages to steady William, is whispering caution. She's not defending Harry and Meghan, don't get it twisted, but she's urging her husband to think, to consider the long-term damage. What if Harry someday truly wants to reconcile? What if history judges them as cold and ruthless? What if William regrets this irreversible decision years from now? But William's response, as relayed by insiders, is blunt. We tried. For years. They chose their path. He sees it not as vengeance, but as damage control. Because every single time Harry and Meghan make headlines, the world attaches those scandals to their royal titles.
On the official royal website, Archie and Lilibet are not Prince and Princess Archie and Lilibet yet. I think the reason that they are Master Archie and Miss Lilibet still is because a formal decision hasn't been taken yet.
To William, it's like handing your enemies free ammunition. You can't trash the monarchy while simultaneously basking in the prestige of being Duke and Duchess. Harry and Meghan want freedom? Fine. But not freedom plus royal branding. That's over. Now, the public won't hear about this meeting right away. These things happen quietly, in shadows. But once William makes the call, the wheels of history start grinding. And make no mistake, when William decides Harry's royal life is over, it's not temporary exile, it's permanent erasure. And here's William's harshest realization. There's no just Harry anymore. Any reconciliation means taking the entire package. Meghan, the kids, Netflix, book deals, paparazzi lenses, production crews. Every royal gathering would morph into potential content. Imagine Christmas with Harry turning into a Netflix special, Easter into a media circus. Even private jokes could become the next chapter in a memoir.
I think a lot rides on these titles. Are we going to see this eagerly anticipated autobiography of Harry's? Are there going to be more interviews essentially trashing the royal family? The matter of titles created an absolute storm.
William learned this bitter lesson when Harry's book revealed private details of a family fight after Prince Philip's funeral. William thought it was sacred family business. Harry thought it was best-selling material. So to William, letting Harry back in isn't just emotional risk, it's a death sentence for royal prestige. And let's be honest, Meghan has shown zero interest in a royal return. She's living the California dream. Any reconciliation would revolve around her schedule, her comfort, her business ventures. So William sees it not as a family dispute, but as a threat to the monarchy's very security. Emotional, reputational, institutional. Meanwhile, poor Catherine is caught in the storm. She's been the peacekeeper for years, convincing William to keep trying, to hold the door door opened for Harry. She endured the Oprah aftermath, the accusations about making her cry, the insults hurled through Harry's memoir, and now she's watching William harden his heart forever. She fears what that might do to him, to cut off his only brother permanently, because once William shuts a door, it never opens again.
I hope we'll be able to have a happy family ourselves, because it's been, they've been great over the years, helping me with, difficult times, and we see a lot of each other.
Catherine keeps asking, what if Harry apologizes? What if he regrets? What if they look back and see themselves as merciless? But William is deliberate, final. Once he makes the call, it's written in stone. Catherine knows this may be the last chance for reconciliation, and her heart breaks watching it slip away. And just when there was a sliver of hope, Meghan detonated another bomb. April 2025. 5 years after swearing never to use the HRH style again, Meghan sends a gift basket to a friend, complete with a card signed, "With compliments of HRH, the Duchess of Sussex."
This has reportedly enraged heir to the throne, Prince William, who wants to officially strip their behinds of the title once and for all.
Oh, she knew exactly what she was doing. Someone had to approve that card. Someone had to write those words. This wasn't an accident. And the timing, devilishly perfect. Just as some royal commentators whispered about possible reconciliation, Meghan flipped the bird to Queen Elizabeth's carefully negotiated agreement. Palace insiders branded it absolutely vile. William was livid, fuming that Meghan would so casually disrespect his late grandmother's dying wishes. And Harry? Silent. No apology. No distancing himself. No, that was a mistake. Just silence. And that silence told William everything. Harry was fine with the betrayal. Remember, Queen Elizabeth herself brokered that delicate deal with Harry and Meghan. She bent, she compromised, she tried to give them independence while still protecting the dignity of the monarchy. And Meghan? She tossed it right back in her face. But what truly iced William's blood was Harry's silence. No statement, no correction, no, "Sorry, this won't happen again." Nothing. To William, that silence screamed louder than any words. Harry was perfectly fine with Meghan breaking their word, disrespecting the Queen's memory, and humiliating the entire family. That's when William decided, enough. If Harry and Meghan valued those titles so much that they'd dishonor the Queen herself to keep them, then he'd take them away forever. Because the HRH fiasco wasn't just bad optics. It was living proof. Proof that Harry and Meghan couldn't be trusted to honor any promise, any deal, any compromise. And William? He doesn't play chess with liars. Then came the move that, to William, confirmed Harry's complete betrayal. Harry went to war not just with his brother, not just with the family, but with the institution itself. He sued the British government, his father's government, over security arrangements. May 2025, Court of Appeal. Harry's lawyers argued he deserved taxpayer-funded police protection every time he stepped foot in the UK. Let that sink in. A man who walked away from royal duty, who cashed millions trashing his family on global platforms, who made William look like a villain in his book. That same man wanted the British public to bankroll his bodyguards. And the court wasn't having it. Judge Jeffrey Boss basically told Harry, "Feelings aren't law, Your Royal Highness." Translation, your royal ego doesn't entitle you to taxpayer perks. From William's point of view, this was the ultimate betrayal. Harry wasn't just burning bridges, he was dragging King Charles's government into public court. And let's be honest, what Harry was really asking for? Privileges, access, inside intel, coordination with state security, all the perks of being royal without any of the responsibility. The court said no, the public said no. And William, he shook his head and thought, "We warned you." And Harry, humiliated, doubled down. He went on BBC after losing and claimed he couldn't bring his family to Britain safely. He practically called his father's government incompetent. William reportedly seethed, seeing this as pure blackmail. Give me what I want, or I won't bring Archie and Lilibet home. Emotional manipulation, using his kids as bargaining chips. I don't want history to repeat itself. I don't want to be a single dad. I don't want my children to lose their mother or father. That's what Harry told the cameras, but to William, it sounded like hostage rhetoric. And here's where it gets almost farcical. After all that courtroom drama, after all the accusations, Harry flew back anyway. September 2025. The Well Child Awards, no taxpayer-funded police protection, just standard private security, like any other celebrity. And William thought, so you can travel safely after all. Then what was all that courtroom theater about? Was Harry exaggerating, lying, or just fishing for royal perks? Either way, the damage was irreversible. Harry had proven he was willing to drag his own father's administration into court, and to William, that was it, the final straw. If Harry could go that far, how could he ever be trusted again? And so, we arrive at the breaking point. 27 years of brotherhood, a lifetime of memories, decades of royal duty side by side, all ripped apart. Because William has finally admitted the truth to himself, some bridges are beyond repair. Harry and Meghan chose their road the day they walked away. And now William is choosing his. Cold, calculated, strategic. No more second chances. No more half-hearted reconciliations. No more playing nice for the cameras. This isn't about bruised egos, it's about safeguarding the future throne. And that's why William is ready to press the nuclear button, stripping the Sussexes of their titles, erasing every formal tie, exiling them not just physically, but institutionally. Because in William's mind, the monarchy can't survive another decade of Sussex drama. This is no longer a family feud, this is survival. So here we are, the royal war, bloody and brutal, nearing its climax. William isn't flinching, he isn't wavering. And Harry, he's about to learn what permanent exile really feels like. The question now? Not if it happens, but when it happens. But when it happens.